At 17, I had a family intuitive that told me to read a specific book on manifestation, follow it to a T, and everything in my acting career would come to fruition. And nothing happened. But I realized I was a really good manifester. So at 25, I threw it all away and I watched what I did when that actually worked and always resulted in what I wanted. So there are three components that actually determine what we manifest. And it's the formula that I discovered when I had tried all the spiritual bypass stuff, like think positive, visualize, and nothing was manifesting for me. But the three components that are super important are being clear about what we want in a certain way that we call it in. Also about making sure that we have space for things to come through. So rather than visualizing, it's actually seeing to believe with our mirror neurons, witnessing people we identify with who already have or are successful in what we want. That's what creates space. We see to believe it's possible for us. It opens space in our subconscious mind for what we want to come through. And the third most, maybe the biggest, they're all equally as important component, is that whatever's in the way, blocks that were created by pain, shame, programming that were imprinted in our subconscious mind when we were young, making us feel unworthy, unlovable, not good enough, that we are actually removing them out of the way. So in a lot of the work that we have on the site, there's a lot of journaling prompts. But if you are just new to this and wanting to begin right now, an incredible way to get started is to start by taking accountability, meaning, and it's a tough pill to swallow, meaning that we are accountable for every single thing showing up in our life right now, good and bad. So the best way to get down to the bottom of seeing what we want more of is looking at the things that are showing up that we don't really want and getting to the root, to the block, the root of the block of why they're showing up. Because something in our subconscious looping and programming our story is projecting to receive that. Why? Because the universe's only intention for us is to grow back into our most whole, worthy, authentic selves. And so in order to do that, we need to be mirrored with what's not whole and worthy about us that we picked up through shame and pain along the way. So taking a look right now at something in your life that you're attracting or that keeps coming up that's triggering you and starting to ask why. Where did it come from? What relationship model does it model, of someone I grew up with? So a great example of that is, let's say that there's a boss who's treating you poorly, a job, a partner. Let's just take someone or something. A physical person can be helpful with this. Bring them to mind. And then I want you to journal out, what relationship dynamic does it model of someone when you were young? Meaning, did your dad have this dynamic with you? Did an uncle have this dynamic with you? Did a bully in school have this dynamic with you? Was it a sister, an older sister or brother who treated you this way? Really get down to that feeling of where you felt this before and what that dynamic looked like. And then begin to look at what you actually need from this dynamic, what you're actually craving. Because there's a self-worth issue if this is in your life. So if you're craving to be respected, to be honored, to be loved, there's something in your subconscious mind that doesn't believe it's worth that. So you're needing to go and discover it. And where you can find the rest of these journal prompts that are going to take you through this is called the daily reprogramming exercise. You can find it under Start Here on our main page. It's going to have you continue these prompts and continuing to answer them. And then it takes you through a hypnosis to find what that root is, reprogram it through neuroplasticity, and then shift the way that you're projecting so you start receiving something different in your life. But in order to really start the manifestation process of journaling, there's only two really important reasons to be journaling: calling in what you want, which you can also find in the Formula Magnetism workshop, and discovering why things you don't want are showing up so you can reprogram and get rid of them, become more magnetic, attract more of what you want.